Hi guys, and welcome to our video for today analyzing the stock NVVE. So this one had a great week with three large green candles, as you can see here, and going all the way from around $5 to up to $20, as you can see, over 3 days, around plus 300% on this one. It's absolutely insane. Stock NVVE. So we need to know what's happening on this stock for next week and Monday. Is it going to continue? Is it going to stop? Is it going to dump? We're going to just chart this out live and from scratch, and yeah, let's just get into it, see what the price target is for NVVE, what it's going to do next week, etc. And is there another entry on this one, or do we need to sell and get out? So let's have a look. So I'm going to start by doing the most clear and obvious support and resistances, and we've got a clear resistance here around 18. Actually no, we're going to go to the weekly time frame and do it that way, just to make sure it's a bit more clear and condensed. So we're going to start on the weekly time frames to our support and resistance. We're going to be looking at very wide gaps in contrast to day trading support and resistance gaps, because typically I look for around 20-30% between each support and resistance gap when day trading, but here we'll be looking for a bit larger, to be honest. So, right, this one's been more clear. So there's a gap here around $9, so you can put some around $9, and I like 15 around here, and then I also like 20, and then around 29. So I'm going to put it in briefly there. Now we're going to go to the daily time frame and just rectify it a little bit based off the daily candles. So definitely 9 here, round number, and we'll just move this one to around, I'm going to go with 15.5, or maybe, yeah, 15.5 just there. And then the next level, definitely around here, 23 we'll go with. I'm just going to knock this up actually to 16. Yeah. And then after that, let's move this up to 33. Right, so there are my support and resistances on this one. Okay. And there is some sort of faint resistance around 28, so maybe we can just keep a note of that one. So again, the gap between here is around 40%, so that's fine. So right then guys, so we've currently closed above the resistance of 9 here, and currently rejecting from the next resistance of 16. There is another level around here, around 12, but before we put in a resistance at 12, we can have a look at the moving averages relationship in the 4-hour time frame. So that's how we started with wide support and resistances. Obviously support is where the stock is comfortable in sitting before it goes up or breaks down. It's just a stationary point for it to rest. Resistance obviously is where it rejects from and where it needs to break in order for price to continue moving up. And when you're stuck in between support and resistance, that's called the range, okay? And the range is between 9 and 16 here. There is some more at 12, and we can put in later. But I've just started with really wide basic support and resistance. Now I'm going to go to the 4-hour time frame and just have a look. So, alright, okay, so this one's kind of clear. So we'll go to the 1-hour time frame as well. Right, okay, so this one doesn't look too bad. So I would hesitate from any entry right now. I would also put in a resistance at 12, just around here. I'll put in a light yellow because it's in between the original levels we did of 16 and 9. So this one can go in a lighter color just because it's like sort of to bridge the gap. And so we're starting the 4-hour time frame here. So we're currently rejecting from 16. So there's no entry, guys, right now on this one, NVVE. So if you're looking for a new entry, I would not recommend to enter around 13. That's because we're currently rejecting from the 16 resistance, and rejection isn't good in any aspect of life. So in trading, why would it be good there either? So I mean, if we break beyond 16, we should continue towards 23 on this one. But yeah, we're struggling with 16, and rejection means we're supposed to be coming back down on this one. So as you can see, we're not close above 16, so we may come and test this area around here at 12 once more. So I'd hesitate for any new entry until we break 16 on this one, based off the 4-hour. And we'll go to daily time frame just to have a quick look and see what's happening. And yeah, I mean, the same really on the daily. It doesn't really tell us too much, to be honest, in terms of continuation right now. Again, we just need to break 16 to continue up to 23. If we manage to break 16 at some point next week, we will continue up to 23 on this one. But it does look good. The only thing I do like about the daily time frame is that we are engulfed and built upon the 60 EMA. So my 60 exponential moving average is this thick gold line here. We were rejecting from it. I'll just show you real quick. I'm going to turn my drawings off. So you can see this candle here on the 8th of July 2026. I'm from the UK, so I read the dates backwards to you guys. So on the 8th of July 2026, we rejected from this. We didn't have a green candle close above this thick yellow line here. The rectangle part wasn't above this thick yellow line, only this wick part, the stick part, which is not confirmation of close above it. And again, we were rejected from it here the next day on the 9th of July, and then we finally got above this thick gold line on the 10th of July, which is good, and we've now turned resistance into support in terms of the 60 EMA, so that's good. And yeah, we should be looking for continuation on this once you break above 16 easily. So as soon as you break above 16, then you can look for a new entry and look to sell around 23, maybe around 22, just to be safe. Just missing the first, just to mitigate against the fact it may reject earlier. So around a 35% first target, I'd call it. Once you break over 16, 30 to 35% first target. Excuse me. Stop loss to match on that one. It looks good for that sort of swing. I'm going to the 4-hour time frame. Again, so we did reject from the 60 EMA, as I explained in the daily time frame. Just here, as you can see, when I zoom in once more to show you. Just again to reiterate, clean and clear rejection here until the 10th of July when we shot above the 60 EMA, the thick gold line here, and shoot it up. This also coincides with the 4-hour 200 simple moving average. So once we got above the 200 simple moving average on the 4-hour time frame, we shot up. So now we've got beyond this resistance to the thick white line here and the thick yellow line on the daily time frame. That should be now confirmed resistance flip to support. So if we need to come back down, it'd be a good opportunity to buy some and scale some around 10.5 on this one. Let's call it 10 to 10.5. So I'd put a bid in around $10 to 10.5 if you're looking to trade NVVE at a lower point. So there's two ways to trade this basically. So if we break 16, we should continue up higher. So that confirmation means you can enter and sell around 30-35% first target if we break 16. And if we come back down to a support of around 10 to 10.5, that's also a good chance we bounce from there because we flipped the resistance into support, and now it acted as resistance pretty well for a couple of days, so it should act as support pretty well for a couple of days at least anyway. So again, a bid could be worth having around 10 to 10.5 on NVVE based off the 200 simple moving average and 60 exponential moving average in the 4-hour and daily time frame on that one. So that one looks quite good. Again, that's just the where we can trade this in terms of an entry. And if you were to enter around 10.5, I would make sure the stop loss is around. I'd have a 20% stop loss, 20% first target, to be honest, if we were to enter from around 10 to 10.5. Just even risk to reward, basic like that. And I sell 90 or 80% of the first target probably, then leave the rest to run. So obviously that's one situation, entering around 10 to 10.5. There's another situation of entering the 16 break, which we've already discussed, selling around 22. There's two ways you can enter this trade if you're already not in this but want to get in it. So now we'll look at if you're in this and want to get out. So obviously if you break 16, it should come to 23. So you can sell some at 23, 22, 23, etc. Or if we come back down to 10.5, 10, 10.5, you can hold it, hoping we bounce from there. So we're also going to look at breakdown levels now to further strengthen the idea of what to do when we're already in this, and then what it's going to do next if we come down, not up. So can't just look at the upside, got to look at the downside risk as well. Right then, so if we lose 9 on this, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So let me just have a look quickly. I'll say if we lose 8.3 on this, around 8.3. Maybe the bottom of this 4-hour candle. I'll call it $8. If we lose let's have a look. $8, yeah, because you can wick beneath it. If we lose $8 on this one, I think we're done on this. So you got to think about it in terms of risk to reward. So if you entered around 13.5 here, then if we lose the bottom support here 12, then we're coming down lower around 10, 10.5. So if you want to be smart, I would look to cut it if it went beneath 12. If you're in at around 13, 13.5 to keep losses down. Then if we bounce from or you come to a lower level, then you can also re-enter there. But ultimately on this stock, in a nutshell, if we lose $8 on this, I do think we're done, as we're coming down to retest the Bollinger Band Center, the orange line, and the 60 EMA here on the 4 hour, which is around 7, and there's a good chance we wick beneath there. And then if we wick beneath that, we're not far from where we came from, $5, you know. That trade's basically done. And it'll keep on just going sideways or downtrend. You know, it's gone up, now it's dumped down. So if we lose 8 on this, I do consider it done, to be honest. If you're in this from 13, 13.5, etc. or higher, if we lose 12, I'd look to cut it. If you're in around 10, 10.5, if we lose around 8, I'd look to cut it. It might be a bit wide, but that's just how I trade it. And yeah, if we just lose 8, this stock is done based off what we see in terms of the relationship and moving averages. Because if we're not going to turn this into support, if we come down to retest it, the 200 MA on the 4 hour, then we're not going to turn this into support, the Bollinger Band Center and 60 EMA either, to be honest, on the 4 hour. So beneath 8, this stock is done. However, if we break 16, we're definitely coming to 23 as the first price target. And again, if we lose 8 on the daily, we're losing the 80 EMA. So the weakest indicator on the chart, we're losing, which isn't good. You know, we don't want to lose the weakest. That's not a good thing. So yeah, and then we should be coming down to retest the Bollinger Band Center, and then probably wick down towards 5, which isn't good. So yeah, this one, again, if we break 16, we come up towards 23. If you come down to 10.5, 10 is a good area to try a bid. As explained, it could bounce pretty well. 20% first target, 20% first target, 20% stop loss, etc. If we lose 8, then we're done on this one. To be honest, completely. And I'd look to cut it. I wouldn't look to hold it at all. As look at what this stock's done, guys. This is what I always say. You know, I can't even. We'll go on the monthly. It's been a massive downtrend really since it listed. It's had that many reverse splits. The high is 6.5 million, which is ridiculous. So it's not the best stock in the world to hold. And don't get caught on this one. If we lose 8, we're done. It's 23, and then once we get beyond 23, the next target would be around 29, where the 200 exponential moving averages on the 4 hour as for the death cross retest. So 23 can be a first target. So if we break 16, that's around a 35% move, and second target around 70 to 75%. It's not bad, and then maybe leave 10% remaining, etc. To sell 50% the first target, 40% the second target. And then because you never know, may come and retest this 200 simple moving average around 60. So again, guys, beneath 8, it's done. Above 16, it continues further. If you're stuck in between, remember, if it comes to 10.5, it's a good chance it bounces. You know, and if we were to lose 8, obviously it's done. And if we break 16, it carries through. So if you're in this around 13, it comes to 10.5. Sorry, if you're in this around 13, 13.5, and it comes beneath 12, I would cut it. Then maybe look to try again from 10.5, based off the relation of moving averages that we saw on the 4 hour. And if we lose 8, it's completely done. So hopefully that makes sense. You may have to rewatch it a couple of times and make some notes throughout the video to help you trade this, but that's how I trade it anyway. Okay, guys? So yeah, we'll have one last look at the money flow index. Yeah, so currently it's at a peak, so no more money can technically influence this stock. It's at 99.62. It can only go up to 100, so it's almost at a peak. There's a chance it can go higher, and we've not had any bearish divergence yet. Usually you print the peak around 99 to 100, then your bearish divergence comes. So it may rest around 12 on Monday tomorrow, and then you start to get bearish divergence on this, where it just goes down. The money flow index line graph goes down, and yeah, that's when you start to see the stock dump as well. So yeah, this one's at a very hot peak in terms of money inflowing into the stock. So bearing that in mind, I would be cautious of this. Watch it beneath 12 if you're in a higher point, quit it, and 10.5 for a bounce area, because nothing goes down in a straight line. It probably will bounce at some point, and if we lose 8, it's done. But again, if we break 16, it can keep on going up towards 23 and print a new high. So yeah, it looks interesting. Good watch for tomorrow, NVVE. Trade carefully. And if you want our help, check us out. Link in the video description and the Twitter bio. Publicized trading journals, live trading every day. Obviously, we publish our alerts every day in live trading and in our channels as well. Really easy, simple to follow. Seminar package, everything that you need, daily trade reviews, etc. So thanks for watching, guys, and catch you all later.